Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one. And welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, where I finally managed to kiss enough blacksmith skilled arse that I've improved my reputation to the point where the Kuttenberg City Bailiff is actually prepared to risk his reputation by listening to my plans for the clock.
So, will you finally speak with me about that broken clock of yours?
You made a name for yourself in the town now, so why not? I doubt the councillors would object. Even that meddler Vorsucher will not be able to say a word. Besides, the clock is so broken it could not be any worse. Worth a try, no? So tell me, how do you plan to fix it?
Well, I've got some plans from Master Skoda, who tried to repair it years ago. Supposedly, he got quite far.
That is definitely a good start. In any case, I reckon you ought to hear the whole sorry tale first. It might make you wiser. I was barely more than a lad back then, but my father was on the council, so I got a pretty close look through him. One day the mechanism just suddenly stopped, and it has stood still ever since, nearly 30 years now. What I still remember, your guild rather boldly telling my father and the other councillors that there was no need to call in anyone from abroad. They said we would save coin if our own people handled the repairs, but it went as it usually does.
And how is that?
Instead of pulling together, every one of those masters tried to snatch the reward for himself. Master Skoda, Irving Klemmer, Hollander, each one worked on the repairs in his own little corner. No wonder the councillors lost patience and finally sent for the Italians from Padua. Though that did not end well either.
You don't say. Pray continue.
They made it even worse.
If only that were all. I only know what my father told me. They demanded all the plans and acted like they were the finest masters around. Yes, we'll do it. No trouble at all. They also asked for a fat advance. 2 weeks later, they were boozing through every tavern in the city and lazing about in the bath by day. When the bailiff reminded them they ought to get started on the repair, they almost took offense. But they did get to work. What happened next? Well, Father never liked to talk about it. That much I can tell you. The councillor said the next day they found the clock half looted, the remaining parts strewn about, and the Italians gone, along with the plans. All but one, the youngest of them, a nobleman named Fabrizio de Dondi, had stayed behind with the Burkhar's daughter. His companions most likely forgot him in the rush.
Or he's innocent and had nothing to do with it.
And what happened to him?
Dondi said, or so I heard, told the councillors he knew nothing. He claimed he was only an apprentice. Of course, they locked him up. Some wanted to send a letter to Padua right away demanding ransom. But it soon turned out Fabrizio, young as he was, could be very useful to the town. So they let him go.
How useful?
Kuttenberg is a mining town. The councillors are mine officials first and foremost. Not long after they locked him up, they sent Dondi to work in the mines. He spent so long studying the mining machines that he figured out how to improve them. He significantly boosted the miners' output, and they realized you could not just trade away someone that clever like a sack of charcoal. So Fabrizio was granted the freedom, on condition that he stay in the town. And so he's still here to this day, and by the look of it, doing quite well. He is a bit of an odd one, but I'm afraid if you are serious about repairing the clock, sooner or later you will have to speak with him. The Italians vanished with the plans, so Fabrizio is probably the only one who ever saw the clock in its original state.
Where can I find Fabrizio?
He lives on the upper floor of the second house on Vintner Street, next to the tailor. Though I'm not sure he will speak to you. If you are passing by, try dropping in and see if you can win him over somehow.
Oh, I doubt I'll have too many problems getting on his good side.
So there really aren't any other plans?
No, they took all of them. And they disappeared with them too. I cannot tell, but feel there was something shady about it. Try asking Fabrizio. He does not share much with me.
What about the other repairmen from the guild? You mentioned some names.
Clemmer and Hollander? They will not help you anymore. Both are dead, and their families have long since moved far away.
So, I'll get back to the repairs.
I'm thankful you're trying, Master. I really am. But there is one last thing you need to know. I am not sure that even if you succeed with the repair, we will be able to offer you any reward. The town is exhausted by war. The coffers are empty. You understand.
Oh, I'm sure if you think really hard, you'll be able to come up with something.
Surely some sort of reward could be found. There'll be a lot of work. I'll have to talk to a lot of people, go through the details, and it'll cost me something too.
Well, if I am genuinely satisfied with how you handle it all, maybe I will find a little something for you.
I'll do my best. Thank you, Bailiff.
All right. Well, we're making progress. So, I have to return to Magdalena and also speak to this Italian guy, Fabrizio. I guess back to the forge first, speak to Magdalena. Oh, the old sales chest is working out quite nicely. I checked in with her this morning and she had 600 groschen for me. Hang on, who's this claim she?
Over here. I've got a fantastic offer for you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, tell me. What do you want to offer me?
The deal of a lifetime. Allow me to introduce myself. Horst of Lischkau. I deal in rare weapons, artifacts, relics, real legendary pieces. And today, I've got something very rare for you. It'll make your eyes pop. The one and only Excalibur. King Arthur's sword. For a mere pittance. It can be yours. So, what do you say? Deal?
This guy must think I was born yesterday.
Huh? Where'd you get it?
From an ancient Jewish sage I met in Regensburg. He said he bought it off some nobleman from Albion. Seems he'd fallen on hard times.
Excalibur and Arthur? You wouldn't happen to have the round table with it, would you? How do I know it's the real deal?
Strange things happen in this world, and this is probably one of them. I've got no better explanation.
Obviously, I'm getting ripped off here, to the tune of 600 groschen. But I want to know what happens.
All right. Maybe I'll get lucky and find the Holy Grail next.
Exactly. You never know. I mean, one never knows. Only you should know the sword's not in the best condition. Some might say it's broken, but it'll forge up nicely.
Well, that much is true. Excalibur was broken.
That's all right. I'm a blacksmith, aren't I?
That's why I'm offering this to you, sir, and not just anyone. I'm glad we struck a deal.
Oh, this is actually another blacksmith's commission. So I'm going to need to do it to gain prestige. Okay, let's have a look. Excalibur, huh? Right. I mean, the fact that it's broken does track, because... Well, it depends on which version of the King Arthur legend you listen to. You've all heard the legend of the sword and the stone. Well, it wasn't actually a sword in a stone. It was a sword in an anvil on top of a stone that apparently appeared in a churchyard on Christmas Eve one year. And then Arthur just walked up and pulled the sword out after nobody else could do it. And the wizard Merlin proclaimed that this meant that he was the natural king of England. Arthur then basically immediately broke the sword in a duel almost immediately afterwards. And the sword that Arthur died with, which he asked, was it Sir Bedivere, to hide after his death, was the one given to him by the Lady of the Lake, which, again, depending on who you listen to, was also called Excalibur. This one was apparently the true Excalibur or something. I don't know. I mean, you know, this is all myth and legend anyway. None of it's actually real. But this wouldn't be the one that I've just bought, because that one was hidden by Sir Bedivere so that nobody could use it to lay claim to the throne. Hello, who's this guy?
What can I do for you, Goodman?
I came to ask you something, Master. Would you say you're more of a swordsmith or an ordinary blacksmith?
I'm a swordsmith, of course. Just like my pa.
Well, I don't know your father, but I'm very happy to hear that. I recently became a member of the Kuttenberg Sword Fighting Guild. Well, I don't want to brag, but I feel like I keep getting better. I used to fight using a sword from Master Matthias of Saz. Only, as I'm sure you know, he's a bit of a hothead. The other day, after a duel, we got in a bit of a quarrel. He accused me of using illegal techniques, and now he won't talk to me. Not even when I came to him to have new equipment made. A new dueling sword. Would you be so kind and forge it for me? I'll pay you handsomely.
Don't really want to go stepping on the toes of other guild masters.
But Matthias isn't the only swordsmith in town.
I won't go to the Germans with this. They have their own guild and they don't make deals with ours. Those are the rules. But you, on the other hand, a proper Czech blacksmith, and a handy one. You could forge it for me, couldn't you?
All right, I'll forge the dueling sword for you.
Thank you for this. But based on your reputation, I've got high expectations of you. So do your best.
I wouldn't do it any other way.
When you're done, please bring it to me. I'm usually at our guild house near Adam's Baths. Farewell.
Alright, let's get Excalibur done first. And stand by to be disappointed. I just popped upstairs. This has now been fixed, by the way. I keep complaining about the fact that every time you want to make something in the forge, you have to either be lugging a whole bunch of blacksmithing materials around with you, weighing you down, or keep popping upstairs to the stash in your chambers and recovering the materials you need for whatever it is you're trying to forge. This has now been fixed in a recent patch. I think the patch that coincided with the release of the latest and final DLC. Now you can just forge directly from your stash here at the forge itself. So that's really, really good news. Oh, I fucked this up already. Do you see the sparks? The fizzing coming from the white hot part of the blade there? It's too hot. I'm actually burning the steel. I, however, do not have great expectations. Since this thing is clearly a fake. So basically this probably means it's not going to end up being Henry quality, because I overheated the steel at the start. I actually burned it. But hopefully I can still make it at least gold quality, if not silver. Here it is. Excalibur. Right.
I pictured King Arthur's sword rather differently. That bloody peddler stitched me up for sure.
Oh, okay. Fake Excalibur. It is actually Henry quality, and it's utter garbage. It's kind of lucky there, because I definitely burnt the steel at the beginning, overheated it. But I still got a Henry quality weapon, and it's worth 442 groschen. Which means I only got ripped off to the tune of around about 150. Right, anyway, I need to make this dueling longsword, so I'll crack on with that in my own time. And then we'll go and confront this swindler about this so-called Excalibur he sold me. Alright, Knuckles, still catching some sun, I see. There he is. Oi, you dirty swindling bastard. I want a word with you.
You cheated me! If Arthur had pulled this scrap from the stone, he'd have gotten a jester's cap instead of a crown.
Oh, come now, sir. Don't be cross. I took a loss on it too. I paid plenty of coin for it in good faith.
Oh yeah? But I lost more.
Look, in my trade, these things can happen very easily. If it makes you feel better, I'll give you your coin back. I'm no swindler.
Good thing, too.
And as compensation, I'll prepare a special offer just for you.
That's not even necessary.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Next time you see me, I'll have something exclusive for you.
Oh dear.
Why do I get the feeling that I'm being set up for an even bigger con? Oh well. I've got that dueling sword commission to turn over. Unfortunately, I took so long making it because... Oh, there's Master Menard. I took so long making it because I had to do fake Excalibur first, and then I had to go backwards and forwards from the stash at the chambers to get the required materials that... There he is.
Good afternoon.
I have that dueling sword for you.
Wait a minute. I heard you're the champion of the Gutenberg tourney.
Indeed.
My word, to win a big tourney like that. That must really be something. I know I'll be the one to win it next time.
Is that right?
I'm sure of it. Especially if you forge me a quality piece of steel. Go on then. Show me what you have for me.
Not my greatest work, but I'm sure it'll do.
Now that's what I call a beautiful weapon. I can already hear it sing. Thank you, Master. I can't wait to try it out in the arena.
1700 groschen.
Best of luck.
Thank you. That means a lot from you. Nonetheless, here's your well-deserved reward. And I hope I don't cross swords with you in the first round at the next tourney. See you later.
Yep. Not my best work. I mean, it was gold quality. Oh, there's Arnie again as well. It was gold quality rather than Henry quality, but that still earned 1760 groschen. Swordsmith lark is actually fairly profitable. Well, since it's still daytime, and Vintner's Lane isn't that far from the sword fighting brotherhood, let's go and find this Italian clockmaker, Fabrizio, and see what he can tell us about the construction, or failed reconstruction, of the town hall clock. Not finding him in here. Wait, oh, wait, there he is, I think. Is that him? That's him. Fabrizio de Dondi.
Fabrizio Dondi?
Fabrizio de Dondi. Sono un nobile. I am of noble birth.
I beg your pardon?
Who are you?
Forgive the intrusion. I'm Henry, a master of the Gutenberg Blacksmith's Guild.
And you dress the part, too. Bravo! What is it you need from me?
Bailiff Plumel sent me. I want to try and repair the town clock, and you're the last one who saw it in its original state.
Unfortunately, the bailiff is right about that. Madonna, that was the worst day of my life. Look, I do not like to think back on that time. Honestly, I would rather leave it buried in the past. What even makes you think you can fix the clock and convince the bailiff to trust you?
Well, I've already sorted out the bailiff, and I have some plans.
I recently took over the forge of old Master Skoda, and found out he and my father were working on repairing the clock. It was 20 years ago, and it seems they got quite far. I even found their diagrams for the components.
So, if you have the plans, why do you need me?
Because you're the only person in Gutenberg who saw what the clock looked like back then. The one they were trying to repair based on those plans. And you've made a new life for yourself in this town. A comfortable life. So, maybe you owe it a little something.
You may be right. And I suppose you have plenty more questions. Go on, ask.
Tell me more about that so-called Italian scam. Was it all planned from the start?
Italian scam? Is that what they call it nowadays? In any case, you are asking the wrong man. I honestly believe we were here to repair the clock. Everyone acted like they meant it. The group included seasoned craftsmen, astrologers, master mechanics. Truth be told, I was only there because of my family name. My grandfather, Jacopo, and father Giovanni were great scholars. Physicians, astrologers, and engineers. They followed the works of Campanus of Novara and crafted magnificent orologia. The Padua clock is one of theirs. It only dawned on me after those fraudsters left me here that I was just bait for the townsfolk. They were after the plans, though perhaps revenge was part of it too. Revenge against my family.
What do you mean? They wanted revenge?
My family was successful, and success breeds resentment. The Padua expedition was led by Camillo Valla, one of my father's former students. He must have realized the Gutenberg clock was structurally unique, so he took the plans.
And destroyed the mechanism too, so he could pass the plans off as his own work.
Sadly, yes. But I have no news he ever earned any real fame with them. And they left me here, in a foreign land, with a sullied, famous name. They ruined my life. It must have broken my father's heart. I was not even allowed to attend his funeral while I was being held here. It broke me. For good.
Yeah, they fucked him good and proper.
The bailiff said you were given all the clock plans back then. Where did they end up?
In Padua, most likely. Look, I had no idea what they were up to. I was the youngest. They did not trust me with anything. You've probably heard how those swindlers ruined me. Cazzo! Luckily, the Lord gave me a decent memory. It is all up here, in my head. Down to the last cog.
Would you be able to share those plans with me? Maybe recreate them from memory?
Perché? It would be pointless work.
They'd help me with the repairs.
They would not. Sadly, after the sabotage by my unruly countrymen, fixing the clock will take more than old plans.
So, go on then, what?
So what exactly do I need to repair the clock? Aside from your expertise.
You will need a mechanism called an astrolabe. Its measurements are transferred via a gear train to the main mechanism, which sets the movement in motion with a folio and weights. Without that astrolabe, the heart of any clock, all other work is futile, and crafting one is no easy task.
Au contraire, Blackadder. I've already got one.
I've got the heart of the clock. It sat in a burgher's house for 20 years.
Now that is good news. That gives us a foundation to build on. If it still works, of course.
I wouldn't know, but I hope so.
Next, you will need a set of weights, precisely calibrated and cast according to the old machine's designs.
Ah, right.
I don't have the weights yet.
If we do not have the weights, we have a problem. Hopefully they are in those old designs. In any case, in the end we will need to build that folio-driven escapement ourselves. My countrymen dismantled most of it and took it away. But luckily, part of it remained. For the final stage of the repair, we will need some smithing. But more importantly, a truly skilled mechanic. Or a locksmith, if you prefer.
I thought that was you.
No. I can design it, calculate it, set it up. But the hands-on work will require someone exceptionally handy.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
Oh, you will find someone. The masters at the guild know their craft, do they not?
I do know my way around a lock or two.
So what else is needed for the repair?
You said you have got the astrolabe. That is very important. Then we will need that set of weights, and a truly capable locksmith. A real master of his craft.
I'm just more used to cracking them open, not actually, making them.
How'd you like living in Gutenberg?
Honestly? At first it was not easy. I was more or less a prisoner in this town. They wanted ransom for me, dragged me around, threatened to send me to the mines. Can you imagine? Me, digging. Luckily I noticed the machines they used in the treadmills were hopelessly outdated. So I suggested an improvement. And just like that, their tune changed. Since then, they have treated me entirely differently. So I probably owe everything here to my talent. Since then, I have somewhere to live, something to do, and really, I miss nothing. Except for home. Just a little.
Thanks. I'll come back once I've got everything we need.
Va bene. Come back with that locksmith. We'll talk it all over with a roast and a bottle of good wine. I hope our new collaborator will be as remarkable a man as you.
So, I need to find a locksmith. Wait, didn't Stander say something about a jeweler or a goldsmith or somebody who was originally helping them reconstruct the clock, but ended up double-crossing them and selling all the bits and then disappearing? Oh, and I still need to go and speak to this ragman guy for Innkeeper Mole down at the hole in the wall. Well, lots of people to see, plenty of things to do, no shortage of leads to chase up. Hang on a minute. Who's looking for me? I didn't do nothing. I'm being pursued by somebody. Somebody's looking around for a ne'er-do-well. It wasn't me. I was dead at the time. The dog did it. Seriously, what's going on? Why am I being pursued? Okay, it's gone. Anyway, lots of leads to chase up. All of that coming up in the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this one. And as always, take care. And I'll catch you next time.